Philly, F.A.M.E. Philly, F.A.M.E.
Alright, Journ, man, we back again, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's been a minute since the last joint we did. Yep. You know, we supposed to drop the rest of the footage, but something happened to it, so we had to reshoot it. You know, it's been a little minute. You know, you was doing things, I was doing things, so you got the new project out. So I was like, man, it's perfect time to link up and let's give them the other part of this story. So now let's recap a little bit from the last joint. Now, I mean, you was basically talking about how you linked up with cannabis. On to how you got the deal. You speaking on the different artists you was working with, like Floetry, MOP. You even talked about working with major figures and beans on the Philly song. Right. And we left off, you was talking about how the album came out and they ain't really perform up to the standards, and mainly because, you know, the single that they put out wasn't the single you was rocking with, so it ain't really do what you expected it to do or what they expected it to do. Then y'all was about to shoot another video off of that joint, and you said the day of it had got pushed back or rescheduled, and then you said Kadar kind of told you that the guy Charles said he wasn't gonna fund the video. Something happened. You was kind of getting into that story, and that's where it kind of left off at. So I guess you could pick back up there, like you was about to shoot another video off the project. Something happened with the video, and you could kind of pick it up from there, like.
Right, and the first video, which was the way it used to be, that we shot down South Philly. And
that's the joint that they premiered on 106 and Park.
106 and Park got premiered, you know what I mean? Premiered today, which was a big accolade. The whole thing with me, from my creative standpoint, is how I visioned the setup of my records to drop, you know what I mean? Opposed to my production company at the time, Crazy World, you know what I mean? And, you know, eventually we came to an agreement, and that really wasn't the end all be all for the project doing what it did, you know what I'm saying? But the biggest end all be all was the creative differences that Charles Shoot and Kadar had, and I fell in between that, and that's where, you know, they kind of pulled the plug on the project, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of was coming to that, which kind of messed up the promotion that the project should have had, you know what I mean? And they pulled the plug, and I fell in between that, you know what I'm saying? And them differences, and the rest, you know, fell how it fell. But it was just a lot of creative differences, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yeah, you know, that was that.
So going through that whole situation with the label, putting out an album, having a major video, all of that type of stuff, what's one thing you learned from that situation that you could apply moving forward, or you could even share with some other artists that, you know, aspiring to get in a situation with a major label? Right?
Definitely, you know what I mean? Good point, cause my biggest enemy, you know what I'm saying, back then, probably, which was a bittersweet, was my pride. My pride kept me, you know, wanting to be the nastiest, you know, spitter or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know, had to be or whatever to survive as an artist back then. But the pride also, just, you know, it kind of bit me on certain things where, you know, I don't regret, because it built now to let me know, get out my own way. You know what I'm saying? I was making decisions out of anger. You know what I'm saying? You know, that where I would tell somebody now, everything that happened is an experience, is a learning experience, but use it, never, you know what I mean? Will Smith said something, you know what I'm saying? I might have said that, you know, don't make a decision when you're angry, you know what I mean? Don't make a promise when you're happy, you know what I mean? And, you know, just take the advice of the choices you make. No matter, everything ain't gonna go how you plan, everything ain't gonna go to plan, but any obstacle you see it through, just think before, you know, reaction, you know what I mean? Because some choices that I made alter other choices in the future that I didn't see, you know what I mean? And as, you know, where I'm at now with it is more so just handle the business, handle your business that you can handle, and let the pieces fall, you know what I'm saying?
Right. All right, so I want to get a little bit into the story, like after you kind of left the Motown or whatever, like what was your process from there? What was you doing from there? Like, Why did you ever get another opportunity to get a major deal, or like what was the situation from there?
Good point. That's where that's what I meant too, cuz I just got a little bitter. You know what I'm saying?
So you kind of just left the whole situation.
A little bit. I you know, and I'm not gonna say I stopped doing. I was just more so like, man, fuck it, you know. In the moment, you know what I mean? Just like I'm gonna drink, smoke, you know what I'm saying? Do whatever I do to push that out. You know what I'm saying? Record when I want. That's what I meant, you know, good segue, because that's what I meant by choices that I was making, you know what I mean? They weren't really, it was just off emotion, you know what I mean? But so, just more on the personal, it got dark, man, it got so dark, it was crazy, because once that paper ran out, your living advance or whatever, you know, that I was getting, you know, thank God for that, you know what I'm saying? I was getting that per month, but once that's gone, you know, and it was extended to the end of the year, even though I wasn't, that was a, you know, a lookout from Kadar, or you know what I'm saying, Universal, because it was extended, and I wasn't even an artist at that time. So once that went out, you know what I'm saying, what is to do? Now I'm in a mind state, you know, and for the most part, you know what I'm saying, I see myself, most everybody that know me, I'm more, you know, a grounded individual. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't too crazy. You know what I mean? When I say it flipped upside down, it's like literally that fast. You know what I'm saying? Choices, you know what I mean? But so when that happened, you know, most people that's, you know what I'm saying, I'm thorough with then, before the music, I was still with after, because, you know, I surround myself around them tight individuals, you know what I mean? So they didn't know what was going on. But you know what I'm saying? A couple of my homies, well, I had to go to them to get work, you know what I mean? Because I'm in a mind state I can't, you know, prior to me getting a record deal, I was working at Children's Hospital, you know what I'm saying? And I had a night, I was a young boy, you know what I'm saying, getting about 15, 16 an hour, you know what I'm saying? You know, and prior to that, you know what I'm saying, I was running the street rapping, but so if you check the timeline, from working at Chop to getting, you know, into the music, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, having, you know, the blessing of having a few years of that. When I say a few years of that, I'm talking about like making that my means of living, you know what I'm saying? And then after that shit like flip, you know what I'm saying? When you ain't talk at the label, man, you ain't making no hits. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. So I had to survive. It got so crazy, but I just try to keep face, you know. And I had to go to my homies because, you know what I'm saying, I say, damn, let me borrow a stack. Or let me borrow this so I can. Well, I was still calling my manager like, yo, you know, can we get this popping so I can do this? And he was looking out the best that he could, but a lot of individuals don't know, you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't put out there to that. You know what I mean? We had differences to where choices I made, just being proudful, like, you know, stuff that might have been able to been salvaged, you feel what I'm saying? So it got a little dark to the point where I had to go and, you know, get work, and I told myself, you know what I'm saying, now I'm always back. I did a whole 180, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even doing music no more. Only a year and a half later, I was just at the label. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually my homies who was doing that at the time for work. Like, so even then it was a shock to my pride from all ways around. Cause I knew then, you know what I mean? That I don't even feel comfortable in this position right now, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, then, you know, for years I just recorded when I wanted. And I got with my mans, you know what I'm saying, 2003. I got with my man Yacht up in Journ, the Noise, whatever. And prior to that, you know what I'm saying, when I even, you know, shot the Kilogram, me, him, and Flash, prior to getting on, we had, you know, was linking and making music. But afterwards, you know, after things with McCall, me and Yacht got together and started making crazy music. But we weren't even bringing it out. We ain't had a know-how at that time to how to present it. You know what I mean? And then with me, I was so just keeping it a bit. I was so like guarded at that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta keep my business on what I just went through, you know what I mean? So we ain't sending it there, or if we send it there, you know what I mean? Just, you know what I'm saying? Traumatized by that shit, you know what I mean? But, so for years and years flew by and that went down, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I had to get a job and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Just to know to stay out of certain stuff, you know what I mean? Even for, you know, I had to, you know, sell tree, whatever. I just had to survive, you know what I'm saying? When it got dark, like, you know, you know, a lot of family and friends I love, you know what I'm saying? But it got dark because I'm a guy who always tighten my boots, tighten my belt, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was down to the point where I had paper, you know what I'm saying? I said, I'm gonna rock out in the world, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But it got crazy. So it got crazy, like, but most of that it didn't have to be crazy. The point I'm making, it was pride, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of pride.
Right. So yeah, over the years, I definitely seen you working here and there. Like you have a little time where you record, drop something, then you fall back for a minute, then you come back, might do a little something, you fall back for a minute. I mean, but now this time, like we gonna bring it more current. I mean, 2018, cause you put out a couple projects in the mix of that time. Like you got a couple joints that you dropped out.
I'm doing the fast version, right?
Like,
That's true.
Like,
shout to Super. We did the Wild Supplies last. We were just listening to that outside. True Stuff show. We did preseason. You know, shout out my man Max, Saintville, MSM. You know, definitely. You know what I mean? We definitely 2004 is when I started rocking with Cuzzo, you know what I mean? Cousin Trell took me down there to holler at Cuz, and he had a couple cats, and that's how I linked with MSM and started doing music with Skizzy and all them, and Twiz and all them. But you know what I mean? Even going to the Hip Hop 101 classes, I met with, you know, DJ Why Not. We got, you know, my man D Mart linked me with Why Not, and me and Moves linked through Hip Hop 101 class. So I was doing stuff like that kept me in it because, like I said, I love the craft, you know what I mean? I come through all the generations of it up to now, and thankfully I can still, you know what I mean, be able to do it. So, you know what I mean? I still stayed in touch with it, but I wanted to find out how to make it make sense, because at the time the game wasn't where sonically, like I said, I did the I was doing tons of stuff with Bungie. Shout out to Bungie, my bro, big bro Yant. You know what I'm saying? Plug that, and that was a great experience because, you know, I was still doing Journ, but it was musically, it was something different for me. It was something new for me. You know what I mean? And musically, I just, you know what I'm saying, I always wanted to keep all that. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the game itself, it was a little, you know, different from what I usually rock with, so I was like still trying to learn where it was at, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Recently, well, within recent years, you know, you did the joint, the South Philly joint with a couple of South Philly guys.
Salute. Yes,
I mean, a lot of the South Philly guys from the newer era.
Yep.
I mean, they pulled you on there, you being a legend, an OG, so that was a good joint right there.
Now listen closely to my chemistry on a symphony. Eventually, a guy power drive the industry. Talking about the paper, then pencil me. You're talking top 5, then mention me. Holmes is elementary. Bok Choy, you smoke like a chimney. Bad bitches, you stroke like Kimberly. Talking about living a life, then get it right. I willy with the willies when you was lifting your bike. It's all off the top, this ain't no shit that I write, but my shit is forever tight, like I keep twisting it right. Take a whiff of the piff, you see it's lighter, had you running stop sign and sitting in green light.
Who all was on that joint? Cause I know it was a couple years.
It was Love, man. Like, it's funny, like it was cold as hell that day too. When we did the actual vid, we had K Dot, you know what I mean, Scarf, NH, we had everybody. We was missing Green, you know, we was missing a few you know, artists from SP that didn't make it out. You know, Beans. There was a few cats who ain't make it out, but we was deep, man. Daytona. We had it was everybody. Creed Forge. Creed Forge came out. I ain't sure if Creed was on the first version. Then we did a second version, and I don't know what happened with that. But the day of the video, we had everybody do for self. It was major, man. It was big.
Yeah, and then what was that? Last year, a couple years ago, y'all did the what was that? The self-destruction joint, cause y'all had performed it at the Philly Hip Hop Awards. Yep. That was a nice little lineup on that joint. What was you, Vodka, who else? Was Nina Ross on there?
Nina Ross,
Sandman.
Sand put that together.
I think Leak Moss was on there, I think.
Leak was on there.
Yeah, that was nice little amount of people on
there. Nice. You know, I love them type joints, rundown joints especially. You know, bars, have fun. And at the end of the day, if you look at the other cities, you know what I mean, that's been doing it, like even from 2000, man. You would hear T.I. with, you know, Goody, or you know what I mean. It ain't a thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's safe to say, man, that's how they kept afloat, man. Just recycling, you know. And it might not even be monetary, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just for the whole craft, for the culture of it, just. Which going to lead to paper eventually, you know what I'm saying?
Alright. Now let's get into this mixtape, man. This new project, man, you just released, man. Let's get a little bit into that, man.
Right.
Speak a little bit on that.
That
man.
joint.
You back at it, you going hard, you dropping videos, like, I mean,
that joint, because that joint is actually, with the exception of one or two records, it's all old material. It was all material, 2 or 3 years old. And basically that was stuff like, truthfully in the catalog, I might got, what you say, D, probably close to 100 records. Somewhere close, if not 100. Including the joints on that project, you know what I'm saying? I had somewhere, cause me and Lo, you know, shout out Lo, who did the whole project, who produced majority of the project, who, you know, Lo, Track Leak, and Yacht, but me and Lo, we sat with songs that those three producers had put out, and we went through the best 30, I'm sorry. Narrowed that down, we narrowed it down to 10, and that's what we put out, the postseason.
So, you know, I did a lot of interviews with a lot of people from the city. I mean, your name came up a couple of times, like a lot of people regard you as a legend in Philly. You know, more recently I did drinks with like Kilogram and Fish. You know, they were talking about the whole corporation situation at one point in time. So, do you think you get, you know, the proper respect you deserve as far as like being a legend here in the city? Like, based though you put the work in that you did, you made it to the level that you did, like, do you think that, you know?
And you know, I never been asked that, and truth be told, the answer would be, I would say the answer would be no, because I'm gonna tell you, but do I look for it? Nah. Why? Because I feel the energy of it, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of the person say it, write it, really give it, I can feel the energy talent-wise. I can feel the energy, and it's the mutual respect, you know what I mean? And that's just real, that's just how I've always been. Like, even though I may come to a person, I say, man, I know if it was to come down and verse for verse, I know I got this guy. You know what I mean? I'm looking at it like that, coming up in that era. You feel what I'm saying? Even as doing that, I still see what's hot in that artist though. You know what I mean? And there'll be a respect to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe, you know what I mean? I just always been a dude to try. My first approach is, you know, just respect. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Big on respect. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to get at, but the talent of a person, but I'm gonna demand that too. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But so let's say, how do you gain respect? Well, you make yourself nice. So, all right, let's have it. How, you know, where we got, how we show it. You know what I'm saying? But do I look for it from anybody? No, because now I feel they got one on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, is people gonna have their opinion. I know everybody ain't gonna love me. Everybody gonna like my style. Everybody gonna listen to what I write, what I record, what I like. You know what I mean? I don't like everything. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, a person may not say, oh, that ain't my twist, but For a person to just say, nah, that's not, come on, man. You know what I mean? You might not like AI garbage, like, you know what I'm saying? Or you compare AI to Journ. AI ain't messing with Journ, AI trash. Nah. You know, but at the end of the day, it drives me though, even when I could see a comment, it pushed me either way. It's a win-win for me. If I see a comment now, because it was a time where that would affect me though. If I see a comment and somebody say, bars, and I'll be like, damn, niggas ain't feeling me, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, you want the listeners to feel you, but as I grew older, and I'm listening to myself, I'm listening back. Because used to was a time I record, I wasn't even listening to my stuff. Just recently, a few years, I got comfortable with playing my own stuff, you know what I'm saying? And dissecting it, you know what I'm saying? My own stuff. And now I'm listening, I'm like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like, I respect myself. I know how nice I am. So, it is what it is. And then in all honesty, you know, I was coming and going, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? In all fairness, I was coming and going. I mean, I just come from, I can't, you know, I don't shun the newer generation, but I can't, you know what I'm saying, jump in a ball game either. I gotta, you know, find a way for us to start a ball game or invite them into mine. You feel what I'm saying? Because I like it. I can learn from that. You know what I'm saying? Which I have been doing. I've been learning from a lot of the new in the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like just sonically creating music. So I don't shun nothing unless it's something that's not my taste. And if it's not my taste, I don't. You know, I just don't mention nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? But you know.
Yeah, man. The reason I asked about the legend joint, or the legend situation, cause I remember you being on the radio, like getting crazy. Like I remember QDZ hosted your mixtape, cause that was my joint.
Formula.
I still ask you about that joint
yes,
to this day.
I'm
gonna go ask you for it off camera. I need that joint. I still need that joint.
Yeah, I'm gonna
get it. I mean, so I remember him spinning records crazy on the radio. You getting crazy love. I mean, I remember all of that. So I just was wondering, like, do people? I mean, see you now and still pay you that homage? Do you feel like you got that kind of respect? Like?
And you know, anytime, yeah, and they do. In that aspect of it, they do. It's always a mutual, it's always a respect there, you know what I'm saying? For when I come into them situations, but for those, you know, I'm looking at it just being, you know, honest on it. Even my face or my notoriety wasn't as big as a lot of the other Philly artists because I made it that way, like, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even today, I don't be on every set, you know what I'm saying? Just for the promo of it or the publicity of it. Like, you know what I mean? It really just never been me. I felt I did it because it was part of the label. It was part of, you know, my project manager telling me to do things. I felt it was good for the promo of the project. But, you know, and that's the good thing about right now, the independency of it. I can do the moves. I can go to the venues I decide to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like the time that we did go to the hip hop show, that was hip hop award show. That was a good feel. Then that might have been my first or second, probably my first Journ time going down there. And it was good. Like I said, it was a reunion to see everybody. I'm seeing legend. I feel somebody, you know, mention legendary. I feel like, damn, you know, they talk about somebody it's over for, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I, you know what I'm saying, grace of God, man, I'm able to put a word together, you know what I mean, and move to a beat. I'm gonna do, you know what I'm saying, put it together.
Right. So, where can people find the new music? Even the old music too, the old mixtape, anything you got out, plug anything that they can find. First the new, then the other stuff you got out too.
You can definitely check me on my Instagram at Journ, RIGHTJOURN, Philly's own journalist, like the team, spelled like the team, Facebook, you know what I mean, and follow your boy, you know what I'm saying, and definitely stay in tune because I definitely gonna be dropping exclusives, a lot of older stuff is coming as heat. Like my man was just playing something and it was crazy because I'm like, I forgot about that verse. It was crazy. But we only dropping stuff like that, more too now, putting it through the SoundClouds and the YouTube, the channels. We doing a lot of videos. The Rodman video gonna be dropping real soon, so we got that coming. You know, just working where we can, bro. Hard route, that's what we gonna be doing, you know what I'm saying? We just working.
Alright, well, on that note, man, we signing out, man. Philly F.A.M.E TV, Journ, postseason.
Yes, postseason. Make sure y'all check these new projects coming. Just stay in tune with your boy, bringing you something crazy, bringing you some heavy, a lot of heavy, real, rare, unique visuals coming. And make sure y'all keep following my man, Philly F.A.M.E. You know what I'm saying? He putting on for the city, you know what I'm saying? He's out, he's everywhere I go, everybody know him, you know what I mean? And it's my folks, so salute, appreciate y'all coming out.